This is Michael T. Downing of Bear Pop Comics. So today, I finally got my John the Comic Guy haul. But before I get into the John the Comic Guy haul, I do have one more to add on the digital haul with my Kindle. So as you're looking before you, these are the great books that I've gotten. I'm going to pull up the Kindle for a minute and let y'all check out. It's one of the last things that I've actually, I got a couple of things here to show you. So what I went and picked up was from the digital side. We have here is I got the Captain America and the Falcon Classic issue 142 digital. I got it for $2. John Romita art. I think John Romita is passed on, and you know what? He's just a great artist. So let me tap it a little bit here because I want you to get a good picture of here. So this cover is amazing, and that's my dude, Grey Gargoyle. I like him as a villain, and I just love his art on the comic characters. They almost look like they look realistic and like action figures at the same time. Remember, as a kid looking at this stuff, I wanted to just reach in and grab the characters out the book. But John Romita Sr. He's a serious cat. So, in the first page, this is the third part to the whole battle with the Grey Gargoyle. It's just a classic book. So, with that being said, just look at the imagery. I mean, I haven't read it yet because I've read the other two. But there's just some great artwork, This is John Romita's stuff. This is the stuff that we, as any type of creative thing you're doing, you're really not supposed to have comparison to others because you're not going to be other people. But whenever you look at John Romita's work, it's always a comparison because you're like, wow, am I good enough, to do this? And like artwork by today's standard, comic book art is not even as detailed as some artists are, but there's a lot of them that are a lot simplified than this, and so he stands out like all together. His art just had a ton of dimension to it. Like in the case of, you see the machinery back there, the shadowing, it looked like, and even a light. When you look at the Grey Gargoyle, the lighting on his face, this kind of stuff, it probably took a long time to draw, because he's capturing the whole action scene. It's basically like you're looking at an animated cartoon, just with very detailed art. So, I can't really get this book right now in its actual form. I think I could find a low-grade copy for maybe $5 or $10. But we have no comic shop around here. So, when my man John picks up stuff like this, this is something special to have. He can't, he doesn't know. You have to come across a collector that has it. So that's why I can appreciate this type of artwork here and these type of books. And this is why I like the Kindle edition, because I get to get these kind of things. I messed around and got some other things. I don't want to do too much because if I slip and go out of the range, then it messes me up. Well, okay, so I can show you what I did, other things I did purchase. So I have been messing around with Iron Man, and it was 3 issues. I'm missing one in here. It's somewhere down there. I think I got it later on. But this particular one here, I've always wanted. I always come across it, and I wind up selling it. It's from the mid-'70s. It's like maybe from 78. And I remember as a kid when I first got it, I thought this cover was so cool. With I think those guys are called the Colonizers, and they were in an issue of the Mighty Thor. And I've always liked Jack of Hearts. He was a favorite character of mine. So, I got this issue here. This you can probably run into maybe for no more than $3 or $5. You might even find it at a dollar bin. You just won't find it in the South Jersey. Well, not in this immediate area. You really got to go and look for it. If you notice, look at this 3 panels. You've seen this particular thing happen with the Fantastic Four when the Silver Surfer did this particular procedure when he was fighting Galactus, but Galactus broke out of it. It crystallizes like this stone around him, So I thought that was real cool. Of course, they bust out of it in this great battle scene. But it's a scene in this book. Oh, for those who don't know that are in the comic book, maybe some of you younger people that are watching on YouTube. It was 2 Punishers. The original Punisher, not Frank Castle, was this Punisher. He was an alien being that worked for Galactus. He was like his muscle. And he could absorb energy, and he would, return it like he was a slugger. He hit you really hard. And the more that you beat up on him, the faster he would hit you. He would return it back with the same power that whatever you hit him with. So he was very hard to beat. Iron Man does get with him in the issue. Iron Man, because he gave the thing a serious problem. He tore the thing up. But anyway, he was in here, so I loved it just because he was in here. Then on top of that, here we getting ready to get to my favorite shot that I seen as a kid. This big spread page panel here, I'm going to have to turn it sideways so y'all can appreciate this. If it'll come on, cooperate. There we go. There we go. So if you see this big spread panel here, I thought this was so cool. It has the layout of Spider-Man, Iron Man's armor, and it is one side is breaking down his armor, and the other side is they're doing a mind probe of Jack of Hearts, and they're actually going in his mind and pulling up how he was created. The Jack of Hearts was actually a character that was introduced, believe it or not, in the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu number 23, which I'm going to get that on the Kindle soon too. So yeah. So, but this issue was just something that I thought was really cool to have, because I keep selling it every time I get it, and I said, well, if I get it like this, I won't sell it, because I usually sell it in a bulk or sell it on eBay. I try not to hold on to too much. That's why I was searching for it. And I also got this one, which was the issue before it, the one that comes in right before it. It starts that whole thing out. And I liked it because, of course, this guy here, Vanguard. I like Vanguard and Dark Star. They were like Russian superheroes. And I just thought it was cool to have. I mean, and what I like about it, of course, you get to read it. It's just like having the comic book. It's only that you don't need no Mylar and the pages won't yellow. The only downside is, it has no value because it's in a digital form. It's valuable to the person who reads it, which that's fine. But it's valuable to me because when I get it, if I get the actual copies, now I can turn those copies around and sell those copies without, maybe you might keep one for nostalgic, but if I run into them, I can pick a whole bunch of them up. And the fantastic part about it is I'll always have one as long as I have this Kindle. So those are the 2 things that I got on digital. So now we're going to get into John's Comic Haul, John the Comic Guy. So what you see before you, I'll get into this later. I just had to pick this up. I don't do video games, not because I don't like them. It's just I can't afford another hobby. I'm a music producer. I got tons of equipment back here. And, that's enough by itself. Then on top of that, let me turn this light down a little bit so I can see. Give me a little light on here. On top of that, I do comic books. I have comic books. So, I just like the art on there. And this was in John's giveaway pile. And I'll probably never read the magazine because I don't want to get hooked on buying games. But the art on the covers, if you don't do nothing but collect it for the artwork and you draw, the artwork's expiring. Now, I don't know if this character here is from, I thought he was the Darkness from the Image comic series, but maybe not. I don't know. Whoever he is, he looks wicked cool. And this looks like Cable from the X-Men. That's why I picked it up, but I don't think it is. But it looks cool. You know, reminds me of the old creepy and eerie magazines, you know, but just more for the science fiction type thing. So now getting more into the thick of things, I started collecting Vigilante. I had a graphic novel of this, and I sold a collection. And I slipped it in the collection and didn't know I did, and it's gone now. But I can get the collection again. It's no big deal. But I like the Vigilante. Plus, I like, not in this issue, but one of my favorite Spider-Man artists from the 70s was Ross Andrew, and he was drawing them. So, you know, it just has that flavor when you look at it, you know. So, Vigilante's an interesting character. A little bit of the Punisher with a more of a mask type thing, you know. And he's kind of cool, and I like his suit. It's very, very basic, you know, but very powerful. Dark suit. All you got to do is add the physique right, and you got you the Vigilante. So I thought it was cool. So I got that one, which was number 4. Get this one over here. I have number 8. As you see, I'm jumping all over the place. I probably got the other ones at John's. I don't know. Number 8, Ross Andrews in the interior art on this one also. And, you know, what I liked about it, and it's funny, they put the Teen Titans in here, right here, because that's where he came from. He was a sub-character in the new Teen Titans back in the 80s. But I like about this cover here, it's simplistic, but it's powerful. It's not overloaded. It says and does what it needs to say, you know, and it draws your attention. And then when you notice, you're like, there's not a lot going on, but it's enough going on, you know. And that's how they did his covers, which I thought it was cool. It catches your eye immediately. This is another Ross Andrew. I think he's on the art of this cover here. And it's a villain called the Executioner. I can tell it's Ross Andrew because Ross Andrew was drawn for Spider-Man when the Tarantula and the Punisher came into play. And this guy here kind of reminds me, he's like it got a tarantula type feel to him with the red and the black and the way the mask hits over the nose. Now, this issue here, I don't know if Ross Andrew drew this. I'm not sure. I have to look inside. I haven't even taken him out the Mylar yet. But Nightwing appears in here. And if you look up at the very top, you have the Vigilante at the very top. So somebody is dead. And the Vigilante is, well, he got a smoking gun. So maybe he did it. I don't know. Don't get me to lying. And we have this other excellent cover of the Vigilante here. We have one with him popping a willy on his Vigilante cycle when the missile's coming out and JJ is dead and someone's going to pay. Yeah, it's cool, you know. He's got the dots in the back from, you know, remind me of the old comic book printing. You know, if you see like the colors, you might can't pick it up off the video, but maybe I'll hold it a little closer for you. Excuse me for yawning. I've just had a long day. Yeah, so it's another great cover right there. And we have this last copy of Vigilante that I picked up. I got more, but I don't have them yet. So this one totally changes the game. It has a vintage cover with a dummy type figure on there. I wonder if that's the ventriloquist character from Batman. I don't know. And if he found his way in Vigilante, you know. So that'd be interesting read. So that's what I got for that part of the comic haul. Let's get this back in order. I'm really like using this art table, guys. This is my table that I do my artwork on also. And what it allows me to do, I can do a top view, I can lay it down, and it has a lamp that I put on it, so it supports everything, which, you know, makes the videos a lot easier to show. I had this book over here because I'm almost finished reading this book. This is a good book. Heroes in Crisis. So I do enjoy that, but that's really there for aesthetics right now. So I got another issue of Moon Knight. which I'm getting ready. I'm trying to complete a set of these Moon Knight run. Then I'm going to purchase like the Moon Knight graphic novels, probably either not paper-wise, like a paperback, trade paperback. I'll get it on a Kindle so I can read the whole thing, and then I'll take these, which are in excellent condition. John only sells books that are like, they're like very fine, it's all his books are like that. So they're like, I wouldn't say they're dollar bin books, because dollar bin books get beat up. It's rare. You can find a good dollar bin book if you come there early enough and you catch it when they just put it in. But by the time everybody gets to thumbing through the books, you get all type of foxing and, dog-eared folds in the top but his books, they're very like tight. You open up the pages, like I've opened up the pages on the Vigilante books, and it's so pristine in there. It looks like I was back in 1984, 85 when it came out that I bought it. Same thing as with this Moon Knight. So that's why I like purchasing books from him. John, I'm giving you a commercial. I picked up another X-Men. You see that the second B, that's Pacello's artwork. I don't like selling these, but I will, as long as I can find Pacello's work. And I am collecting that digitally too, but I like to have it personal. Some things of Pacello I probably won't sell. I'm not sure, but stuff like this, like I just love the artwork. He just does a really cool graphic style that you just don't see, As I always say, he's like a comic illustrator with a graffiti artist type feel to it, which I can dig that. And this is another Pacello piece. I have this in the whole Supernovas graphic novel, which I treasure that I have that. But just to have this cover again by itself, which is real cool. These are the things I find hard to put on, like if sell or put on eBay, I like them. I like how he did what's his name? Sabretooth, with the chains on Sabretooth. And just pretty much all the characters. Some of the characters have been revamped, so some of the names I don't really remember. I know that's Rogue and some of these other characters here. I'd have to look in the book. But this is from the Supernova series, and it was a group of characters that they were fighting. They were like extremist mutants and stuff. Okay, so moving right along. Now, these are the John has giveaways that he does. These are the books that are maybe dollar bin quality, And if you spend so much with the regular books that are more higher grade, you get a nice little amount for these free. So this is the Nebula Triumphant, which I like this. I thought it was the first appearance of Nebula in the Avengers, but I'm not sure. But at any rate, I like to just have it. It was cool, So, and I've always liked this run of Justice League. And I remember when I was in Pennsylvania and I went to a store and the guy had a ton of these in a dollar bin and it was all lined up. And I said, when I come back, I'm going to start grabbing these, because at the time DC was struggling. Right now they're on the top again because of Absolute Batman. I talked to you guys about that before. But I like this Justice League cover here, And I've always, when I get a chance, to collect Silver Surfer, It's got a little dog here down there, but I don't care, because these are more readers. And have I sold readers? Yes, some people will buy them. Depends on you bulk or you sell them, and after I've read them and somebody wants to buy them, I'll sell it to them. But they're great to read, but you don't just get a reader when you go over to John's. You can't buy the reader by itself. You have to buy more of his very fine condition type books, and then you get the readers for free, which makes sense, because if dollar bins, I'd rather spend money on something like that copy of Vigilante because it'll have more worth later on than me getting that same copy but a little rough. It's hard to get anything off of eBay for it. So, but it's great to get it like this. And even if I don't sell it, I can just enjoy reading it, And that's what I do sometimes. I won't even put them out. I just enjoy reading them when I'm ready, if I decide to sell. Now we're getting into, this book was a gift, a reader from John. I just wanted to have this book. This is the first issue of the official comics adaptation of the hit film when this came out in the 80s. Raiders of the Lost Ark. When I seen that movie, the preview was so exciting, like seeing Indiana Jones hang off of that the front of that truck and the emblem broke off and he's dragged on the ground. I just thought that preview was so crazy. I just had to see the movie, and I wasn't disappointed. It was an excellent movie, So just to have this issue, I would, if this was in like very fine or near mint condition, I'm sure it'd be worth something because it's a piece of history, movie classics. Also in the readers, I grabbed Green Hornet. I like grabbing Green Hornet. Now Comics put out this version. It was another comic group. I think Dynamite had put out Green Hornet too. So sometimes the licensing for Green Hornet gets shifted around, but it's always interesting books. The original show, I liked it better than, they came out around the same time. Batman did that live action TV show that came out in the 60s, Batman. The Green Hornet came out first. The Green Hornet was better. Y'all can dispute me if you want. That's my opinion. I like Batman, but that time period, the Green Hornet shows was a whole lot better, and you can catch them on YouTube. So catch them before they take them down, because eventually they'll be taking a mess down. And I found the original movie comic book adaptation of X-Men #2. So it's got Halle Berry on the cover. I forgot the young lady that, these other two young ladies' names. Halle Berry just grabbed me right away. I'm sorry, I like Halle Berry. But this is a nice cover. And just this, I'll hold on to this. If I could get this in a pristine condition, because this is a classic too when the movie came out. And might want to hold this until the new X-Men movie comes out. But, as you see, he got it from another collection. It was originally, so you would find this in the dollar bin. Now, you wouldn't find that quality in the dollar bin, but you would find this quality, And I would have gladly got it from a dollar bin, but I got it for, a good deal from John for those Vigilante books and the other books I showed you that was a higher grade. So moving right along, this is a reprint of the X-Men issue, and I can't wait to open it up. Rogue had this guy she was dating that was in S.H.I.E.L.D., and I believe he was a traitor, and then she was helping him out. This is a real good issue, I had to pick this, I had to open this up and check it out. But this original run came out in the 80s. So when I seen this whole picture, I was like, I gotta get this. So here's something that I stumbled on when I was over at John's. Spider-Man Hobgoblin Lives. So the cover grabbed me right away. This is a, giveaway. It's dollar bin quality, but I just, I like the Hobgoblin and I like the cover. So I said, all right, it's issue 2. So we'll see what this is about. Regardless what quality they're in, and I'm gonna give y'all an example. One time I sold a Silver Surfer #3 from the 60s run, and it was beat, and I got close to $300 just for that. It's up way more now. So you just never know what holds its value. You might, sometimes the comic game is for the long run. You can't just flip stuff right away. That's kind of messing up the form anyway. So I also picked up Marvel Age. I always kind of try to get these two, they kind of recap Marvel during that time period and telling you what's new. And A Day in the Life of Marvel Comics. So it just must be all the people that worked for Marvel Comics at the time. So it was cool. And I've always seen these issues here, American Hero. This is another news magazine, Amazing Heroes and American Hero, Amazing Heroes. And this was always a popular news magazine that was printed out for comics. So, it's a little beat, but it's classic. And classic, sometimes it's good to just save stuff, man. Just read it. And it may be quality, and I'm telling you, sometimes the condition doesn't matter. If the book is so rare that somebody wants it, people will pay good money for it. You'll be surprised. Coming into the last few books here, we got this issue of the 100-page Monster of the Mighty Thor, number 32. That's, what's his name? Curse, spelled with a K. He's battling Curse on the cover. So I like that character. And, as you see, it's a little beat. This was something that was a giveaway. But I don't care. I'm going to read it. And then if I want to get the better copy, I'll just buy the better copy. And it just special to me. So it's cool. All right, so we have the last one that I have here. I'm going to take it out to Mylar because the Mylar is a little beat, but this is the last giveaway that I have. But I always try to buy these odd image books. Oof, woo! It's got a strong cigarette smell to it. Anyway, I see why you had it in there. It's called Judge. Excuse me, guys. The book has a strong cigarette odor. So he probably got it from a mass collection. I'm going to let it breathe for a little bit. I like the cover. It's really cool. Let's let it breathe for a little bit. It's got maybe, or change the Mylar up. But this is my comic haul that I got from John. And I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it every month. I have to kind of limit how much I go because I was spending quite a bit of money. But John has some great books as always. So this is Mike Downing of Bear Pop Comics. Before I go, since I'm looking at art, and I don't know if you guys watch some of the stuff I do, so I try to share it. You'll see it. But I'm working on, you see the Tia and the Roughneck series that I'm doing on there, and I've been working on the new, bringing back Teresa Angel, the first character that I put out on the show, the new girl. So this is some of the artwork that I've been doing, my original characters and everything. So I just thought I'd share that and throw it at the end of the video. I'm not going to do Tia and the Roughneck this go around because it really depends on how much availability I get to finish a page, and I got a lot of stuff going on. But just wanted to share that with you guys. So as me sharing it with you, I'm glad I got to do this today, and I want you guys to enjoy the weather and get out and shop for some good comics. This is Michael Downing of Bear Pop Comics saying have a great day. KIC-BACK music.com